call the meeting to order. Roll call, full board is present. Approval of minutes of the May 20th, 2025 meeting.
So moved.
Moved by Massey,
Second.
Rodriguez, all in favor?
Aye.
New business. Authorization to accept the 2025 Strive Grant Initiative funding to the PD, $112,000. Motion by
So moved.
Massey, seconded by Rodriguez. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4.2, authorization to transfer within the Golden Area Transport, $3,500 for the new bus, from gas and oil to vehicles. And motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. Is that to just cover a little shortfall? Oh, okay.
I budgeted for 120, so we just need a 3,000
Okay,
some change for the complete invoice.
I didn't
okay.
hear a word you said.
What's
I'm
that?
sorry, Julissa, I did not hear a word you said.
The 120,000 was already budgeted at budget time, but the invoice was 123,000 and some change, so we need to request an additional funding.
Thank you.
Okay, motion was by myself. Who seconded?
Aye.
Massey did. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Item 4.3, authorization to transfer within DPW, $40,000 from maintenance to overtime street to cover recent overdraft. This is for 24, I assume? Or 25? We're overdraft. Well, let's get it on the floor first.
Yeah, let's,
Motion by
so moved.
Massey, seconded by
I'll second.
Rodriguez. All right, come on up and tell us what happened.
This should carry us for the rest of the year. The guys got involved in overtime when they were doing the junk cleanup, the spring cleanup that month, and that's why we have deficit in our budget, in our
do that every
overtime
year?
budget. What?
We do that every year.
No, they did that unfortunately this year only, because they wanted to get it done and move to other things, so they just got involved in a little bit of overtime, not much. So we're transferring from within.
I see that.
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
So it's from maintenance department to
Street overtime.
street department. All right, we'll tell the guys not to get carried away anymore. All in favor?
Aye.
Item 4.4, request approval and resolution to award bids for surplus vehicles that were auctioned through Auctions International. The Silverado, Tahoe, Ford Expedition, 2008, 2006, total of $2,200 coming in. Motion by
Motion.
Rodriguez, seconded by
So moved.
Massey. Any questions?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4.5, authorization to temporary borrow from the general fund balance to cover the cost of the senior center bathroom renovation and security camera project. To establish a temporary borrowing to cover the cost for the senior bathroom and renovation of the camera and the various camera projects under the $275,000 CREST grant awarded by Senator Skufitz's office. The grant reimbursement will be used to pay the temporary borrowing. Motion by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. And Jacob, do we have a timeline on, do we have plans or anything yet on the bathrooms at the senior center?
Not yet, no. I don't. I will look into it. I'm not prepared to discuss it, so I really don't know off the top of my head.
All right, so.
I didn't know that this, I'm not the one who put this resolution on.
No, but I'm just wondering.
I'll get you
You're
that.
aware of the grant, though, so,
Yeah, I'll get you that information.
all right. So we're gonna need to hire an engineer to do the renovation. I think you discussed it with somebody, didn't you discuss it? Yeah.
Yeah, we already hired CPL.
Oh, okay.
I just don't have the time for you, when it's going to be done.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
all. Yeah, we already
I
have.
thought you were saying you weren't aware of it. All right, so we have it on the floor.
Yep.
Sponsored by myself, seconded by Massey. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Item 4.6, authorization to approve the Orange and Rockland utility proposal regarding the O&W project. I think we have to amend this.
Yes, it's,
It should be their parking garage, correct. So we'll have a motion to amend the agenda and resolution to read parking garage rather than O&W. Motion is by myself,
Second.
seconded by Massey. All in favor on the amendment to change O&W to parking garage? Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, voting on the amended resolution, which includes the $126,567 for relocating power lines. On the parking garage, the cost is, total cost is about 2.5, or 5.5 million, 2.5 million, which is a grant through Scoofus's office. Balance of the funding is needed from the city funds. Is it, we haven't funded the city portion yet?
yes, we've obligated a portion of it, but
Yeah.
I don't believe it's going to cover that 126,000.
Okay, so we're only looking at the 126,000 here.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and, all right, I'll put the motion on the floor as by, motion by myself, and seconded by Massey. And Jacob, there was discussion that you were having with Orange and Rockland that possibly we could avoid doing this?
Yeah, not anymore. The last couple of emails over the weekend and today, they think that this is the only way to do it, rather than coming up with solutions. So right now, to be honest with you, we're trying to push the garage back by 4 feet, but I don't want to stop Orange and Rockland from trying to give us a schedule, because it's holding up the startup time for the contractors, which we awarded the construction of the garage for.
But the contracts were awarded contingent upon the Orange and Rockland schedule, correct?
Yeah, because we can't give them the notice to proceed until we, exactly, yeah. Until we know the schedule from Orange and Rockland. So we're gonna be meeting with them Thursday, with Orange and Rockland at the site again, to try to figure out a way. I have CPL looking into trying to push the garage 4 feet away so we can comply with the 10-foot separation. We knew about this going in. It's just trying to get Orange and Rockland to give us a timeline, and that's been like pulling teeth. Very unfortunate. But
Okay.
this is all, we knew all about this, and it was planned for.
So how does it affect potentially the awarding of the bids?
The bids have been awarded. Notice to proceed is the only one that has not been sent yet. So the contractors are working on preparing all the contracts,
Okay.
bonds, insurance, performance bonds, and so on, for your signature. Once they are complete, we'll bring them in. They have to give us that within 14 days.
And there's no chance that this will be pushed off to the point where the contracts won't, the awards won't be valid, will they?
No, no, no. No, we're trying to push Orange and Rockland. Orange and Rockland is a stumbling block in this case. The contractors, they were willing to give us extension on their bids, but they said, you know, the prices, they expect prices to go up this week. So we had to send them the notice to proceed, notice of award last week, so that they can place their orders.
Okay.
And otherwise, they were going to come in with the price increases. So it's just, it's a mess with Orange and Rockland not giving us a timeline.
All right, anyone else have any questions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And there's no adjustments? Nothing else? That's all I have on the agenda? Okay, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay.
Okay, thank you.